Well, it is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and to tell us more about some of the things happening in our community that you might not know about and how they're trying to help out, from Crime Victim Services to my immediate left, she is the Day One Director, Becca Peckinpah, and then we have the Executive Director of Crime Victim Services, Amy Wiegert-Bailiff. And thanks for coming today, both of you.
Thank you, Holly.
Thank you.
Okay, so Amy, this is just another component of the whole Crime Victim Services and the way you help. And human trafficking is an issue in our area, isn't it?
It is. One of the things that this month helps us do is to raise awareness, building those connections within the community, increasing the education on the issue of human trafficking so that we can better respond as a community to try to prevent those victimizations and also respond appropriately when those victims are identified so that we can support them through to find safety and healing.
Right, yeah. And Becca, I think many times we think it's just like sex trafficking, but there's more to it, isn't there?
Correct. So with trafficking, kind of the bigger types are, yes, sex trafficking. People typically know that one the best, but there's also labor trafficking. And I think people don't maybe recognize that one as much, but it does happen. They say it possibly happens more than sex trafficking. Unfortunately, with human trafficking numbers, they're very skewed, so it's really hard we do have some data, but it's very hard to say, yes, this is absolutely the number that's happening. It's probably way more than what we're actually seeing.
And also something that kind of muddies the waters, I guess you would say, is that many times the people know the person, right? It's not necessarily a stranger snatching them or something like that, right?
Correct. One misperception I think that we've had in society is that the stranger in the night is going to come and do things. Unfortunately, that is just not true. It could be somebody trusted. Trafficking can happen in a home. Parents have trafficked their own children before, so it's very possible to just happen with someone that you know and trust.
So, Amy, are there like warning signs or things that like we can look at and the public to maybe try to help out and give you guys a call? I mean, what is the process? If you think something's happening, how do we get them help?
Yeah, so if something looks suspicious, you can absolutely call our crisis line at Crime Victim Services. There's also the National Human Trafficking Hotline number that people are welcome to call to if there's something. Even if it looks suspicious, go ahead and report it, and the people it's reported to will help determine on if it's actually trafficking that's what's going on.
You hear so many times too that, you know, we're in an area, a corridor, I guess you could say, and probably because of 75, I don't know, that we have a lot of trafficking in our area. Is that true? Do you guys find that to be true, or is that hard to keep track of too?
I think sometimes that's still hard to keep track of too, but it does put us in a position at higher risk to be on so many large highways, 30 that goes east to west and 75 that goes north and south. Trucks can carry victims to different places all over the country that way. So we can, since we're kind of at that corner of those crossroads, that it can occur here locally.
Is there a way, I mean, like Crime Victim Services, how many people have you been able to help, or, you know, what kind of programs do you guys have?
So human trafficking is part of our Day One program, and we know that over the last 3 years we've served 157 individuals who have been victimized either through labor or sex trafficking. And our programs are able to support those individuals through more of a longer-term intensive program, which includes some case management, counseling, and whatever the other individual needs of the survivors are. Just to touch a little bit more on the outreach component of the program, and this is the way that the community can become better educated and respond, is workshop and training. So you asked the question about, you know, red flags or what are the risk factors. We do provide facilitated workshops to be able to help the community better understand ways that they can be a part of the response system and support the work that we're doing so that we can all reduce those numbers.
Is it certain workplaces that are good for that kind of training, or schools, or a combination of places? How do you know if we should get trained?
I think anybody, really, if you're interested in the information or just want to learn more. Businesses might be interested in the information too. You might want to look at the types of products that you're buying or the materials you're buying to make your products. That could be one way to lessen trafficking, because there are some things that we get here in the country that come from sketchy sources and could be trafficking people maybe in another country. So just being mindful of different things like that. So really anybody could probably benefit from the information.
All right, this is just the tip of the iceberg, I can tell, but you guys are at least trying to raise awareness about it all. So thank you very much for coming today, both of you.
Thank you.
All right, don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast next.